Morning! We are heading to Albury on Severn and I'm just waiting for Paul, who got to put his cycling shoes on. So he's off to do that and I'm sheltering. It is very wet. So let's see how we get on today.
Tighten them up. Because I've been using the bike on some hills, so the cables are stretched.
On the train to Severn Beach and then we will be cycling to Albury on Severn. Straight out of Severn Beach and on some lovely quiet lanes. What more could you want? And it's a pretty flat ride to Albury on Severn. There is a reason why I'm quite excited about this. My granddad was a lifelong cyclist and we used to cycle together a lot. He was still cycling when he was 90, like 40-mile bike rides, and he loved all this area, Albury on Severn, Sharpness, Berkeley, and I'm pretty sure I've been to Albury on Severn with him when I was younger, but I can't remember, so quite excited. So quiet country lanes are now nice cycle path, but it is along the side of the motorway, so a little bit louder, but complete cycle path. That's lovely. That's what we like. All flat, lovely, low hedgerows, so you get some really nice views, and we are bombing along. Came through some massive downpour. It didn't last too long, and I always think to myself, it's actually never as bad as the rain was in Scotland. We haven't got any sideways wind. It's not that cold. It was a little bit cold, but it's not that cold. And yeah, it's great. Paul is on his Brompton. Did you know he loves his Brompton? And I am on my trek with my lovely butterfly bars, with my matching helmet. And yeah, there's a lot of memories coming up. So my granddad used to take me a lot on these, because there are hills, forgot about the hills, but there are hills, but yeah, it's just beautiful rolling countryside, a lot of flat, so you can get quite a bit of distance. The Susterans routes, they weren't Susterans routes at the time, I'm pretty sure. No, they wouldn't be. But yeah, they're just lovely. You go through little farms and lots of nice houses, and then open patches of farmland. And generally the whole time you can see the two Severn bridges, so we're nearly north of the first Severn crossing now. And yeah. Enjoyed it so far, Paul?
So nice, really nice ride. Didn't feel like 10 miles, so yeah, a nice undulating ride.
Where are we going now?
Albury on Severn for coffee.
We're on Severn. You've got a choice of a pub. I don't know if you can see it just up here, the Anchor. This is the community shop and cafe, so that's what we're going for today. outside the community shop in Albury-on-Severn, which is also a cafe. In the summer it'll be really nice. They've got these nice benches, quiet road. It's Tuesday today. The gentleman said that they get their cake delivery on a Wednesday, so we had lemon slice, but he said if you come Wednesday or after, they've got a huge selection, so highly recommend. Great coffee. There's also the pub, as I said before, and now it's only 10 miles from Severn Beach, or you could do it from Bristol, so it's 20 miles, all on Sustrans routes. And now we're going to cycle back. I think we're going the same way, because then we get to see the same thing but the other way around, and it was just a lovely ride. So a short one today, but wonderful. Here's Paul on his Brompton. There he is. Where's the Brompton? There he is. Did you know he loves his Brompton? It's only a 20-mile bike ride, which seems a bit like, for you, it's a bit short, because you're used to doing bigger rides. Why are we only doing 20 miles, and why doesn't it matter we're not doing 100?
It's just about being out on the bike, isn't it? So we've gone north from Severn Beach, and the terrain's just wonderful. Loads of little pubs, really quiet roads, which is nice, and low hedges in the country. One thing I don't really like, if you go south of Bristol, it's nice cycling, but the hedges are quite big, and it just means you're a little bit more vulnerable as a cyclist. Whereas here, it's just beautiful. I can imagine in the summer it's a really popular place to come riding, and I think for me and Sarah it will be one of our main destinations, especially with the train. We can just bypass all of the kind of hecticness of Bristol and into the country. Good times. But I don't think that cycling has to be about big miles. I mean, I did 40 miles in one day last week, and that was a good ride, and it had its own characteristics. But then today, just to meander, 10 miles, 20 miles, I just think it's just enjoyable being out on the bike. Any time that I've put pressure on myself cycling, so right, I'm going to get ready for this event, which I've never really done, or I'm going to do this amount of miles in a year, or I'm going to do this and this and this, I've just not enjoyed it. It's not been fun for me. So, I find it more fun grabbing the bike and just going for a ride. And luckily I find myself in that position a lot.
Just wondering, we're new back to Bristol. We know all the Sustrans cycle routes. Has anyone got any tips or routes that they usually do around north of Bristol? So we're South Gloucestershire, along the Severn. If you've got any particular favourites, do let us know. Bit of a headwind on the way back, but no rain, so happy days. To go.
A mile, maybe 2. Not long at all.
Off you go then. Motorway, over the motorway, back to Severn Beach, like Paul said, about a mile. And then I'm going to tell you about something called Severn sorcery. So I'll do that maybe on the train ride back. Saw our ride we did back in February, the frosty Brompton and Trek ride. We got the same train, and it is the bargain price of £2 return for a 25-minute train ride. How awesome is that? So I was talking about Severn sorcery, and I will try and cover over here with the magazine, but in the 80s my granddad wrote an article for a magazine called Severn Sorcery, and it was about a ride all round pretty much the lanes we did. I think it was more a 40 or 60 mile ride that he did with the CTC, and he called it Severn Sorcery. He said it was just a magical ride, and I think we've had a magical ride today, haven't we, Paul?
So nice.
So I don't think many people watch to the end of these videos, but if you're still watching, thank you very much. Please subscribe, comment below, especially if you know this area around the Severn and you've got any other good rides we could go on. And yeah, just thoroughly enjoyed it. Conclusion is we'll be going that way again soon, probably gone bigger ride, but it's to do with the dog. We have a dog sitter today, so there we are. Also, we are not, well, I'm not. Paul likes road riding. I am more a sort of tourer, day rider, so I like to go cafe to cafe and go at maybe a slightly slower pace, so the mileage isn't I'm not really bothered by the mileage. And thank you again for watching. I'm going to clean the bikes now.